Yes, so Citidyll. I'm going to start with one of the poems about New York in it. It's called Twin Study. Statins from a Manhattan physician are kryptonite to socialites reared in their dance teacher's mirror. Darlings don't sicken, dose daddy with grapefruit juice, and hope the contraindication kicks in. At Staten Island's fresh kills landfill, pigeons bracket gull-wing doors. September's exceptional rubble is twinned with Kabul or Mosul, where Arabic isn't freckled crow's feet. Still, Wall Street's fill or kill, and the bum who squawks, "Fuck, fuck, fuck," is terminated hermit. This next one's a London poem. I'm from London, living in Brighton now. Just recently moved, closer to where I grew up. So Thames Barrier. A shower hits the city. Country douche moonlights as lube. Soho's rowboat bounces punters out gently down the stream from trafficking at London Wall. Dawn cracks all the leaks beneath the dirty clouds in overalls. Hygienic swimmers lap to catch a statue's behind in the gelid serpentine. Breakfast gentrified jellied eels. They electrify them straight, the better to vibrate the guillotines of Aldgate's eateries. This next one is about probably one of my favorite places in the world, which is a lovely bring your own wine restaurant in Soho, an Italian restaurant. Yeah, it was just a beautiful kind of time capsule from the 60s, the 50s, and yeah, sadly gone now. Like a lot of Soho become gentrified. So this is called The Lorelei. Dark matter before us today is becoming the case. Let's try experience by memory, the rare trapezoidal present left at the limit of Soho's zone when the Lorelei closed. Nostalgia's the strobe the epileptic fell back on. Ground floor Italian with bags of flour by the door, explained the psychogeographer. Is that Muriel's breast, a quadrant of her left bicep in the mural? Its flaky heft would weigh, but less. Faye and Giacinto cook and clean tulpas in a vein of dreams. And I guess that the kind of general theme of the book was the kind of ironic city idyll where nature is kind of interfused with a kind of urban decay and the dark side of city living, and that I think that kind of speaks to why we went for Aaron went for a rat on the cover of the cassette tape there, lovingly hand stitched by Aaron. So the next one is Frame. My stunt double has alibis spooled like the takes I'm not in. She, who I sleep with the fishes, men, was applying herself to my hair extensions in my trailer on the night you well rehearse. Those hands reverse the buffets of an all-night buffet. Her hair is grey with the prosthesis of my shadow. You should see the choreography as she possesses my wardrobe and how tightly each cut to my throat. Now, if you please, my bow is waiting like our red room, the clot I collapse into after a one-shot. Perhaps the two of you can chat sometime, somewhere more domestic. And this next one is, it started off as a villanelle, but it became a bit kind of decapitated. It's about, which will make sense as I read it, but it's kind of about the kind of intrusive thoughts you can get if you have a OCD. So intrusive thoughts, decapitating thoughts into a net dragged out across the lane, ripping silk that thrashes into May. His lover is a wife who longs to splay new fingers under sheets so she can train decapitating thoughts. They're running low on pillow talk, they say, The riding pillion keeps her halfway sane, in ripping silk that thrashes into May. One impulse in the garden, flay fresh petals from her patterned dress's stain, decapitating thoughts. Like in a hallucinogenic ray, Pa sees new possibilities in Lene, decapitating thoughts. In tripping silk, he thrashes into May. This next one's another London poem. Yeah, that's all I'll say about it. It's called Abductee. Levi Belfield, suburbia. The leafy, wheel-lined streets where that murderer hit out women's wills with a ball-peen hammer. My girlfriend was 10 when two men offered her a lift. Those true conurban legends left her obsessed, trailing psychopaths. I fell for her on a wrought bench. The coronas round our constellation smashed as her lisp eclipsed mine. I'm an alien, thrown to this rock to know you like a porn star shooting across a studio's videos. That's why I snooze, comb gnocchi and bladder liquor on the first floor. I make sure the knickers kicked in bushes came there like consensually. And finally, I'll finish with the last poem in the book. But before I read that, I just wanted to say, yeah, what a privilege it was to be published by Broken Sleep and to see what a wonderful force of nature that it is and Aaron is in the poetry scene, and to be reading alongside these poets right from the beginning of Broken Sleep back in 2018. So yeah, thanks so much. This is Toilet Water Cycle. Number 1. Perfume exits the apprentice as piss. The bell above the door rings porcelain as a flacon breaks up small enough to be lapped safely by a dog, unnoticed because clean. Ruby's owner will recall his new ex's natural scent as neutral, sweat on the gear stick while coasting. The sharps of a handful of petals mark the vertices of an odorless gem. Number 2. Calibrate your receptors, first to dust, then crushed jasmine. Proceed to rock salt. Last, seal them to all but the fermenting bacteria. So Jacques Polge learned to smell grass. The perfumer shrinks a boulder on the expanse to a beach pebble with a splash. Number 3. At 37°C, his cocoa has met kiss temperature in the vial. Such a hot day leaks from the phloem of full-bodied window flowers. They don't bother with pollen. Esters evaporate and drip down again in the bottle, circling a woman's name. His formula soaks under a thumbnail on a hard drive whose fan twirls. Number 4. A pipette of MSG chased with dry ice unsticks smell from taste to touch. She rips perfumes from the press of patent library leaves. The unknown ingredient is the erogenous pixel she skirts, the doppelganger that embitters exes. Tonight, she leaves a flute on her patio. 2 drops freeze like nostrils to the glass. Thanks very much.